Regina's roommate Ethel recalled one incident at 580 St. Nicholas Avenue. The trio invited their boyfriends to dinner. Regina knew how to set the most wonderful table and spread a beautiful tablecloth, the proper silver, and candles on the table. Regina knew how to make the most delicious salads, and then the ladies moved on to the main course. Regina said, "Now Ethel, you can fry the chicken." Ethel replied, "Fry the chicken? I don't know how to fry chicken." Regina said, "I have never fried chicken." Ethel recalled, "Here we were in the kitchen, wondering what we were going to do about the main item on the menu. We got together, and somehow or other, we did what we thought should be done. But the horrors of that meal. We sat there afraid to try it ourselves and waiting for guests to take the first bite." Years earlier, after graduating from high school, Regina wanted to get married.
When she showed me this picture, her hair was very long and he was actually taller than she was, not by much, and it was out by the porch, apparently the home in Illinois, and she had a deep love for him and she wanted to marry him, and he did ask for her hand in marriage, but her father said no. She's going to further her education and there will be no interference. She still has to go to school, and so she did not marry him. But apparently she wasn't supposed to, because if that was the case, she wouldn't have met Uncle Bill, who she was married 57 years.
She also had another boyfriend, the unknown author of the Dear Reggie letter. The author encouraged Regina to continue their relationship. While visiting her mother in Normal, Illinois, Regina wrote to a possible paramour, communist writer Joseph Freeman. "Could you have been here for a day with me, we would walk down the road under the elms. The sun is setting, and our lights would have been the fireflies." Surprisingly, after writing this letter and on the way home to New York City from Normal, Regina stopped in Cleveland and attended a luncheon with a fiancé, Arthur St. George Richardson, Jr. Her fiancé was the son of this man, who was a president of Wilberforce Institute in Canada and later president of Morris Brown College in Atlanta, Georgia. It is not known why Regina never married his son. 2 years later, Regina would marry Bill Andrews, and she recalled how they met.
I had met Bill Andrews at a dance. Got to know him. He was in law school at the time. And we found we had many mutual friends, including Jessie Fawcett, who was a friend of mine. And when I announced that I was going to get married, it was first decided to have it at St. Philip's Church. And then Jessie and her sister hoped that I would have it in their home, and that's where we were married.
Born in 1898 in Sumter, South Carolina, Bill and his younger brother Perry were the sons of Anna Lee and attorney William Trent Andrews, Sr. Andrews Sr. was also an editor of a newspaper in both South Carolina and later in Baltimore, Maryland. He had attended West Point, then graduated from Fisk in 1890 and Howard University Law School in 1892. He was also an acquaintance of Booker T. Washington. Regina and Bill married on April 10, 1926, in the apartment of her maid of honor, Harlem Renaissance writer Jessie Fawcett. Their wedding was reported in the society pages. Notably absent on the marriage certificate was a place for a bride's occupation. After their honeymoon in Atlantic City, the newlyweds moved into their own apartment in the same building where they were wed, 1945 7th Avenue. Bill graduated from Columbia Law School and opened his own private practice in Harlem. He also worked part-time for the NAACP, fighting civil rights cases on their behalf. Bill would later become an assemblyman representing Harlem. He later unsuccessfully ran against Adam Clayton Powell, Jr., who became the first congressman from Harlem. Early in their marriage, Bill sent Regina letters while she was visiting her mother in Illinois.
Friday, July 13th, 1928. Sweetheart, this is the day which is supposed to be so terrible and always a jinx, but it brought me good luck. When I came home about 11 o'clock, I found your second letter awaiting me. I was so happy. Of course, I'm not going to ask you to come home, but I do want you with me.